Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Good morning, Adam. Good morning, Brad. Good morning, Omer. All right, guys, let's get this party started and start talking about our day and get ready for the trading session. Looking at crude oil. Crude oil is kind of in consolidation between that 95 and 92, and we're establishing channel number one in that rotation. Here we go. And we're experiencing a captain setup short here, and that captain setup short just had one candle and a half potential profit, and the market rolled over back to target number one. So that's in many ways trapping everybody below the 94 and a quarter to the 93.18, and they're rolling those people over. So there's a high potential of us getting to 95 and 95.50 to retest that high that happened on August the 25th in crude oil. As long as we continue to trade above two levels, which is 92.55 and 92.84, those two levels needs to hold. Russell 2000, pretty much across the board, we're going to see similar patterns when it comes to the indices. We have target number 3 hit at 1902.5. We gap down, and they tried to cover the gap, and they hit resistance in two places. One at the 1890, and this is a lower high if it holds at 1887.4. So that's anemic, considering the magnitude of the push that we had on Friday. The expectation is to get, at least during Globex, the market to cover that gap, and they have not mounted that much pressure to cover it. And if they do and ended up going to 1902.5, that's an area where shorts can reassert themselves and push the market uh, lower as well. So the market started an inception trade around 1950 and hit all the targets on the way down. Gold, man, gold is can sustain itself really. We established channel number one on the upside, and actually one, and you call that one, and two, and then we broke it at that 1755.3, established a new harmony wave and hit target one and two, and basically we reasserted the short channels that we had from prior price action that started on August the 14th. So as long as we continue to trade under the entry point 1760, then and also under Globex, which is 1748.4, we should see price action pushing lower and continuing to push. I mean, we're very close to really significant levels back again. I mean, we all remember 1717 in gold and how critical that level was for the breakout that we experienced early on last month, this month and last month. So I mean, we're not too far away from that 1717, and the market is making lower highs and continuing to be under pressure. ES, Ken, good morning. Like I said, similar behavior to all the rest of the indices, and um, we're seeing that sell-off that happened at 41.61 and a quarter, and the market really sold off from that channel number one and two, one and two, and that break right here instigated this move all the way to target number 3. We gapped down. We're looking for the gap cover. Hasn't happened yet. And ultimately, you want to see rallies back up are going to be under pressure. So this is not a long market. You definitely need a cloud that is positive and a channel number 1 and channel number 2 present in order for us to say that this market has changed personality. So rallies back up are shortable, and target number 4 is 39.4075. Target number 5 is 38.6275. Then we have target number 6 at 37.4550. That's what we're dealing with right now. And you got Tesla, Netflix. That's the S&P index, S&P 500 index. We're not open yet, and we're just waiting on the rest of the instruments to open up. Now let's dig deeper, and let's look at NASDAQ 100. 200 NT Rinco made a one candle reversal, and now we retested the 12,437 and a quarter, and we are at the top end of the Globex band. So there is a good chance that we see a bit of short covering coming in to cover that gap. It didn't happen overnight, didn't happen during Globex on Sunday. But that doesn't mean it wouldn't happen. So there's going to be some pockets here of buy interest, and that pocket can quickly be overwhelmed by the shorts if we come into the 583 to 658 area. So we have a choice this morning. You have the 200 NT Rinco and the 100 are in sync on the long side. Is to take scalps to in those pockets of buy interest, and or just pass on them and wait for prices to be higher and look for shorts. One of those two things got to happen here. Right now it's a Monday, and we're 6 minutes away from the cash market open. The first half an hour, it's typically a time for me and for everybody to kind of read the market, spend some time with it, let the first half an hour pass. I mean, they could run it up here, that's fine, and then look for the price to stabilize and start looking for trades past 9 o'clock. That's is a better choice. The longer time we spend watching the market, the more in tune we become with it, and then we'll become very effective at trading it. So as far as news, pending news coming in for Monday at 2:15 Eastern, we have FOMC member Bernard speaks, and it's not a red folder, but it's an important one that the market may react to it. And we could look at the rest of them. You have consumer confidence jolt number on Tuesday. Another William speaks on 9 o'clock. Let's see here. We have non-farm on Wednesday at 7:15. PMI, Chicago PMI, and crude oil. Thursday, not really much. Unemployment claims, that's important. And ISM manufacturing PMI. And then you got Friday, unemployment rate. So that's going to be, there's some news coming up. So that may be a good catalyst for the market to start moving. Okay, now let's take a look. Today is the 29th. Here you go. So for the 29th, which is a Monday, we don't have any trades. We did not do any trading on Sunday or during the early session today. So we're starting fresh on Monday. So again, what's the game here? The game is, good morning, Radek. Good morning. What do we expect from this market? I mean, we expect the market to consolidate some. I mean, typically the biggest, if you ever want to know when the market consolidate typically is when you see a big move happen. Typically right after that, the following day, you get a lot of patterns of consolidation where the market gives you the impression of a breakout, then it pulls back, and impression of a breakdown, then it pulls back up into a middle of the range. We did that same thing from that prior move, and you could see that the following day after that big move that happened on the 19th and the 21st, what did the market do on the 23rd? Just consolidated and actually did it for a couple of days before it gave us that fake run up and collapsed. So we're expecting something similar to that to happen, similar to that. So we have to keep our head on, or keep our focus, and understand that the personality of today could be consolidation around Globex, which we spent the majority of the day on the 23rd doing. And look where we at. We're very close to Globex, which is 2485. Okay, so let's stay disciplined and focused, and remember, every day in every way, we're getting better and better and better at trading. Every day in every way, we're getting better and better and better at trading. Good luck, everybody. Let's make some money and get it done. All right. All right, guys. Let's see what they're doing right now. I mean, they're trying to cover that gap. It's 881. Yeah, we're at the top end of Globex. Here we go. We should see a bit of a push. Target number 2 is coming up, 549, and they're trying to cover. I mean, they're putting some good switch trades right here. Actually, there's one and the second one. Let's see how they will hold this. Target number 2 is hit. Target number 3 is going to be 573. And we are in a harmony wave right now. And there was a couple of switch trades and a trigger trade that happened all at this spot. Target number 3 is 573. Good morning, Yanis. How are you? Target number 3 is hit. Come on, Bitcoin got hammered overnight as well. So that's something that we're watching. And the signal came in to go short at 21,400 and all the way down to target number 4 of this sequence, which we got very close to it at 19,452. Good morning. So the 200 and the 100 are in sync and on the long side, and we're separating away from the Globex band. And that's always a good thing to see. And we covered the gap. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning, Gary. Good morning, Goran. Good day. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Adnan. Good morning. So 840, and we're getting a market that is holding, and rallies are or pullbacks are getting bought. The same thing is happening in ES. We hit target number 3 at 40.39. We're pulling back. Both ES and NQ are by the pullbacks, but we just covered the gap. So typically, once you cover the gap, you run up a little bit, and then you start fading that area. So we need to be conscious of that. We are extended right now, and we're hitting a whole number on NQ at 12,600, and potentially we could have a captain setup short on ES if this candle closes lower. target number 4 in ES is 40, 50, 75. 40, 50, 75. The next target on NQ is 646.75. I thought I was talking in the mic. Sorry, guys. So that candle right here established an inception trade. So I went 2 contracts in, and I had a stop at 84, and I was looking for 5 and 10 points into target number 1 against the 200 and the 100. So we saw that and just kind of jumped in. I thought I was speaking in the mic, but I had the mic muted. But that's what just happened right here. That's the first trade of the day. And what we're seeing here is a bit of a pause in this market. The market is not, we want the 200 and the 100 to be in sync, right? We're not, it's in sync on the long side, but we're seeing a pocket of selling interest here that it's clear. Like, okay, here we go. That's an inception trade. They made 2 double tops, and one is lower and then reversed. So an entry here has a stop of 84 and a target of 1, and that's what we took advantage of. If this candle that they have right now closes lower, we expect another push into target number 1 and potentially target number 2. Like right now. Here we go. Target number 1 is hit, and let's see how they flush it. Here it comes. Here it comes. So that's the trade that I just took right now. On 2 contracts, we are up 291 after commission. Let's keep working. So there was another switch trade right here, 69.75, and you're seeing lower highs. So the 200 and the 100 NT Rinko is out of sync. So now we're seeing a bit of that fade that we were talking about early on. You know, they covered the gap and they're coming and fading a little bit. Reversed very quickly. How could you? What, the switch trade right here? 69. Okay, here we go. Target number 2 is hit in this sequence, and channel number 1 established, right? So what has to happen here? Well, I mean, it looks like they're going to bring it down to the Globex band. Here we go. Target number 3 is coming up, and we have the market has to hold 511. The market has to hold on to 511 because otherwise, then that will set the stage for rallies to be shortable, more on a swing basis if we break the 511. Like right now we can take the scalps, but if we go to 511, then we can range trade and look for bigger targets. See, that's a strong reversal right at the Globex band. And if we break 586, that will set us for a potential continuation to that 650. We're going to keep reading this market. It's going to zig and zag. When we're looking at ES as well, I mean, that's just the same behavior that you saw in NQ, how we got to the Globex band and target number 2, which is 40.2975. And then we got that top of reversal. Zig and a zag. That's exactly what they're doing, Frida. It is a zig and a zag. So what to do here? Really, we need the market to be in sync. Anything beyond, away from that. When I look at ES, I'm seeing that the market is on a candle up. So you're really kind of more looking for buying interest against Globex and a gap cover that takes you to 40.57. So more looking for the longs and the shorts in ES right now to take advantage of that gap cover and the potential momentum above it. So we know our levels in NQ 511 needs to hold. In ES, you need to hold to 40.24. Anything, if we start digging anywhere below 40.30, then the market is going to be reversing. Uh, Basically, the tone of the market is going to be negative if that happens. Right now, they're pulling into the entry point of this swing trade. So if we put a higher low and stabilize the 41.75, then we're going to start heading back up. And if we start digging anywhere below 35 into the 30, then you know that the market is shifting its personality. What the hell is going on here? Here we go. All right. Here comes the market back in sync. And look what happened there in ES. That was perfect right there. That was an inception trade. We got the entry point of the swing trade. We held on to the 35.30, and the market just shot up into target number one and quickly close to target number two. So that's a bullish behavior. We're 4 minutes to the top of the hour. And we're looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity in this gap cover behavior that we're seeing. Okay, the only thing that I just saw here is you got captain set up shorts building up. So there may be a pause here, and let's see how far that pause will hold. See that captain set up short right there against target number two. So they're going to fade it into the 40.40. And we want to see if the 40.40 holds. And if that does, then that could be an entry point long for us. And the same thing will apply into NQ. If we break into the 565 and hold that, but they're definitely putting on a bit of a pause. You see that? these formations are just very, very powerful. I mean, when you see them, you know the market is pretty much just going to react to them. You know, NQ needs to protect 48. ES needs to protect that entry point for the swing trade, which is 40.35. Hmm. So the 100 and the 100 are out of sync right now, and we are pushing. Okay. See that captain setup? That was a critical behavior. And the minute we saw that, it was like, all right, here we go. They're pausing at a minimum, and we need to be very careful how we handle any dip. So that gave us a little bit of a heads up that things may be changing here. And you see how quickly they can shift their personality. And whenever you see a market that's doing this, you know, they're coming up to the whole number, fading. They're going to come up to the top end of uh, the Globex band, and most likely they're going to rally up from here a little bit. You're getting a two-sided market, and this is an environment that we should scalp more than try to hold on to a trade for any period of time. So I got myself on a 5 and a 10-point targets right now. Here we go. And we're digging into the Globex band. We're hitting target number 2 on this sequence. That sequence started with a switch trade at 557, and we're at 525. Target number 3 is 503, and Globex is 485. Yeah, they need to defend that, and they need to defend the 511. It's 902. So that first half an hour, we took one trade and we saw a personality. in this market where they are gap filling and they're pulling back from that gap fill. What's to be expected. I sent you a text, Yanis. I said yes. Your NT7. Make sure you refresh your Apex. Close that Apex. Yeah, close your Apex connection and reopen it. And then connect to NT8. Hmm. Yeah, they're putting a switch trade right here. That's interesting. They're failing it. Yeah, they're playing games around here. Yeah, I saw that, Sheila. I mean, that's just right now it's consolidation, and there's a short bias to all of this. In this market, you should expect a little bit more noise in this market. The market is trying to consolidate a huge move that happened over the past the couple of days. So you're going to get a lot of this type of behavior where they consolidate, drop it, raise it back up. You're getting a lot of this behavior. If I see another close below 35, yeah, okay, they didn't do it. You're getting noise. You're getting a lot of noise. That's why I'm very selective in this market. So the selection process, I want the 200 and the 100 in sync, and I need a new fresh harmony wave. Those are the conditions in which I will operate in this market. And I will take a scalp and not necessarily anything that is like a big move price action. I'll take 10 points, 15 points. I'll take 5 to 15 points and get not hold on to much of a position. Keep it relatively small and just trade the market that way. ES, I mean, hitting the entry point of this or close to the entry point of the swing trade, and they're fading on a lower high. I mean, that has to be a negative behavior. Hitting target number one. Target number two in the sequence is 40.2675. $555. The 555 is going to be a critical level. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I mean, that was a little bit well, I mean, it's not nervous really, but the expectation was not to see that one more rotation and just to see a push, but we never hit our stop and worked out. Now we're going to get a bigger, most likely somewhat of a push. We hit target number 2. Let's see. I mean, the 525 is going to be a critical level. Good morning, Teresa. How are you? So that's, yeah, if we close this candle right now, we have a good chance at hitting target number 3. This is a noisy market. You have to take your quick profits and just move on. Like literally just move on. Yeah, look at that. Captain setup. Then look at this. Yeah, this is just noise. A lot of noise. So the market is in sync on the long side right now, and we may get that push. So we took this is the second trade of the day. That's the second trade of the day. So we took one short early on for 2 contracts, and then we took another one long just now. So we're up 583 so far on 2 trades. And let's just keep playing the game. So we hit target number 3 to the tick and pulled back. So now you have a couple of things going on. As long as we continue to hold on to 521, this market would pick up a bid that could challenge target number 1. If we break 523, 521, then that will tell us that the market is back to being out of sync, and then the potential of 511 happening is high. Scalp this market. That's the name of the game right now. Hmm. Yeah, they're holding it, and that behavior of coming to the entry point of the swing trade and bouncing right back is very critical. Now you have two stops that you could measure your longs against: 534 and 521. The same thing is happening in ES, where the 4034 and the 4031 are a big support areas for any move that could challenge that 4046. So you need a pullback that doesn't break the 4034 and an entry point in order for us to be uh, long or get a signal long. And you may not get it. You may not get it. Yeah, the market is in harmony on the long side. Pullbacks are buyable against those two levels. Oh wow, yeah, I missed the trade too. I don't know if you saw that. I'm sure you saw that one. Omer, yeah, captain set up switch trade on that 70. Target number 4 is in alignment at 602. Target number 4 is hit. Target number 5 is 625. Then target number 6 is 660. Target number 3 hit on ES. And we're pulling back to the tick here.
You're not an adult till you're 8.
Yeah, they're gonna fade a little bit here. Let's see how well they act to the 40, 44, 40, 42. Yeah, I think what you're having, Omer, is quote issues. Here you go. Captain setup switch trade actually right there at 564. Yeah, we're playing around a whole number as well here, 600. So definitely don't want to participate in this zone of trading at target number 4 and a whole number. That's an area. 7035, Omer. 7035. Samuel, good morning. If they put a switch trade right here, that's kind of tempting, be honest with you. Put an order here. Okay, that's not gonna work. Canceling that order. Captain set up on the 50. No, it's not. I don't see Captain set up on the 50. That's a 50 NT wrinkle. We don't have a Captain setup. What we have is just a pullback and a one candle reversal. You see the noisy nature of this price, but in this market you got to be selective. They're playing around a whole number here. If they close this candle higher, I'll just go with one contract long. Yeah, okay. So that's good. They didn't do it, and we didn't participate. Yeah, let them keep playing. Okay, yeah. Take care, Radic. Take care. I'll get him next time. They're messing with people around this area. Same thing is going on with ES. You got consolidation in this tight range between target 2 and 3, between the 40.45 and the 40.49 half, and coincides with consolidation around the whole number in NQ. So the people who are the gap filled and they're trying to pull back into the gap, and the people who are trying to break this market out to the 650 and 714, they're fighting right here. That's what they're doing. They're just, it's a back and forth, and it's gonna obviously go one way or another, but we're in sync on the long side. So my inclination is to say the market is gonna go and break, but I don't have any signal in this area to actually give me an opportunity to go long. So we need the behavior, we need the environment, behavior, and a signal, and we don't have all three right now. Same idea with ES. No trades in this zone right here. I mean, if you want to scalp a point or two, that's one thing, but I don't. It's not worth it. Yeah, let the market expand either way. If we break below 571, then the market would be out of sync. So that's a critical level. $97. Yeah. Yeah, we should sell to the 80s here in a minute. 80s and this low 70s. Here we go. Target number 2 is hit, 575. So the market is out of sync now. Okay. So what does that mean? That means a couple of scenarios need to happen. In order for us to be interested in going long again, we need to see 609.50. The market can pull back to the 50s and then reverse, and that will still be an environment, a long environment. But if we break anywhere below, let me pull this price up. If we pull back anywhere below 536, if we do that, then that shifts the personality to short. And there is pockets. I mean, this is an example of them where the market give us an inception trade and target number 1, 2, and 3 on the short side. So you're getting a long pocket, a short pocket, and we're really not moving, covering any real estate. It's just more of a churning behavior. So that's a scalping environment. So just understand that. Fucking. And here you go. So now that puts us in a position where we need to start looking for shorts in a very meaningful way. And we're digging into target number 4. So I want a disconnect of the harmony wave and a reconnect of it, and that will get me to start getting short again. So we need to see a rally and a consolidation behavior up here, and I'll start getting short. Yeah. Let's see if they can actually get us to fill. You're you're short, Adam. Good for you. Well, no, they're not gonna give me nothing here. Oh, good for you. Good for you. Yeah, no free rides. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I may not get filled on this one. That's unfortunate, but I'm not gonna chase nothing. I mean, that's just the way it is. Target number 5 in this sequence is 511, and we're about to hit that. Then target number 6 is 480. Okay, so I mean, as we were reading this market early on, and we're talking about a couple of things that they're gap filling, which they did, but as they come up to that 6 in the 650 area, there's going to be a pressure on this market for a reversal, and now you're seeing that part of it. It's just the market has to set up in a way that makes sense for me to enter. And right here at 534, which is target number 4, that's when the market triggered the short or the reversal. So I cannot just go short right here. There's no way. I need a run up and a consolidation, then a new harmony wave, coming down in order for me to get filled. So that means, in order for me to participate in this move, I had to get very aggressive in 2 spots early, which the market gave us entry points, and get short right here at 534. And that's an aggressive behavior that is not consistent with the way this market is moving right now. So I find myself just watching it. And Globex is coming up at 485, by the way. That's about 20 points away. 569 entry. Yeah. I mean, I see where that could have been in and around target number 2 and 3. Letting this one ride. Yeah, just make sure you pocket money. Make sure you pocket some profits along the way. I mean, you're at target number 5. Stop is 522. That's a good one. That's a good stop. I'm going to go ahead and cancel my orders and just wait and see what type of market we will be getting here. ES is the same way, right? We had a switch trade here. We had an inception trade short right here. And then you got a captain setup long that failed right here. And then you are testing the top end of the Globex band. And the swing trade indicator just gave us a short entry at 40, 46, 25. Very interesting day. How's everybody doing so far? Yanis, Ken, how are we doing? Adam, Brad, how we doing? Sheila, Yanis, Ken, Teresa, any trades? Omer, and yes. Okay. Tanvir, how are you? So it has to be something on your end, Omer. So refresh your quotes, exit, re-enter. It's I have exactly the same thing that you have, so it's not nothing with the system. It has to do with how many plus 228 DH. Yeah, okay, hold on, Yanis. Adam, don't get greedy. Don't get greedy, Adam. Make sure you stick to your stop. You're at target number 5. And here you go. You're getting a switch trade right here, and you're coming into a whole number at 12,500. Hey, come to daddy. Whatever you do, make sure you lock in your profits, man. Here we go. Yeah, don't listen to me, huh? Oh, locked in at 522. Okay. As long as you lock in your profits, man, don't turn a beautifully profitable trade like that to anything, negative or yeah. So target number 6, you got 480. You gotta seriously look at and you're coming into Globex here in about 10 points. So that's a good spot. Yeah, here we go. That's a good spot right here. Like you're not gonna make $1 million out of this trade. Yeah, here we go. Boom. Gotta get out. Stop is 503. Yeah, here you go. You're gonna get stopped at right here. That's good, man. Good job. Good job. That's a good hold, actually. It's a very good hold. Here we go. But you see that move, and I was saying, okay, it's right here, right here, right here, because they typically the first touch of glowbacks after a major move like that, they always fade it. So it's natural for them to come in there and try to bid it up. Good job, man. Good job. Good job. You're done. 70 points. That's a good trade right there. How many contracts? 5? Yes. Good job. Good job, man. Congrats. Congratulations. That's a good one, Adam. I mean, just kind of build on it for the rest of the week. Take it one trade at a time. ES, what are we doing with ES? I mean, it's just the same consolidation around Globex. We got actually two Globex on ES and bounce right back up, which is to be expected. So there's a bit of a counter trending going on. And the best possible setup here is for us to disconnect this cloud into a positive cloud, then reconnect it back in. Because typically, whenever we get to Globex, you'll get a lot of consolidation similar to the one that you saw at the top end of that range in ES and NQ. Once we were trading between 580 to 610, and the market was consolidating for a while. Same thing here in ES, kind of consolidated between the 50 to the 44. So we're most likely going to see some of that happening here. That's not a partial captain here. It's an actual switch trade. So that is what you're seeing here, Adam, right here. So are you having any NT8 issues, Adam? Some of the traders in the room are experiencing a little bit of slowness, and I want to see if everybody else is having the same issue. So yeah, what you're seeing here is a switch trade, and you're seeing a lot of that behavior uh, in a couple of spots right here and right here. And we're trading within the Globex band. So that's another thing that's going on right here. The 200 and the 100 are on the short side. They're in sync on the short side, but we're coming into this support area around the 85. Okay, sounds good, Yanis. We'll see you then. So where we at for the day, you ask? So, Gorham, the minute the market sold off at 572, the market got out of sync. So that puts us in a position where neither long or short, and we're waiting for the market to go back into 610. And the fact that the market went to 534, that shifted the personality to short. So that was the first sign that the market has shifted personality the minute that we broke 572. Things in the market are very dynamic and they shift constantly. So you have to see the early signs of it shifting, and that was it right there at 572. So we're hitting Globex. Oh man, I'm sitting here talking, and they put on a switch trade at 95 to target number 2 and Globex. So we're looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity right now, and let's see how far they want to take it down. Now they're covering the gap. So they covered it on the way up. Now they're covering it on the way down. And the odds are, after they're done with that, they'll probably stabilize it somewhere in the middle. We took 2 decisions today. So today is the 29th, and we are at 583 on 2 decisions. And since the beginning of the month, from the 1st onward, that's what you're seeing us doing. And we had a nice stretch from the 18 to the 29. Not that that is important, but so we're up 20,357 for the month. And let's just keep working. Target number 3 is hit. ES target number 4 is hit. 4016.75 target number 5, or we're very close to it. We were very close. Target number 5 is 4007. I would assume that's a big whole number. Will it go to 12,500? I can tell you what the market is doing right now. And the market is what it's doing right now is basically the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the on the short side. And I'm looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity. The minute the market goes to 498, that means the market is no longer in sync, and then you're getting counter trend behavior that could take you to 510 and 530 at that point. But that first level has to happen, 498. So when the market, I mean, that's just for everybody that's watching and listening. Okay, you have to understand clearly what you're seeing in order for you not to make assumptions based on your own understanding and end up getting into a trade that you shouldn't get into. So when the market was up at in and around the 600, excuse me, in and around 600, what did we say? The market has a bias on the long side, but it's consolidating in and around a whole number, and it needs to protect 573. Okay, so what did the market do? Consolidated, then he gave us a harmony wave short and broke to 63, not even 73, 63. What did we say at that point? We said a couple of things. One, in order for the market to continue to be long, it needs to go back up to that 600. And if it fails to do that and ends up going to 534, then this is going to be a short market. And we no longer are interested in going long because we have a harmony wave short. So nowhere in this behavior we were even looking at the short market. I mean, the long market. So anybody that was even long up in that 590s or 600s, or the minute that we hit 73, that idea no longer, it lost its sea legs. The reason behind us trying to even think about being long just went away right there at 73. Then you got the system showing you a short wave one after the other. No reason to be long in that environment. So the harmony between the 200 and the 100 are critical to, any position that you have. And don't sit in the trade and hope. It's either the market is in harmony long or it's in harmony short, and or is in transition between them, and you wait. Be very clear on what you're doing. Very clear. So ES hit target number 4 again, and now we're making that's a good behavior right there that we just saw here. So we broke the harmony wave, and now we're in this transition around Globex. But the way the market did that tells me that there's a bid in this market coming up. But in order for me to be long, I have to see a couple of things. One, 498. If we break 498, that puts us in a position to where counter trends can actually start to work. But ultimately, the market needs to go and close above 535, which is the Globex band. If we break above that, then that puts me in a position where swing trade longs can have a bit more strength to it. Anything in between that, we're basically going to be patient and just wait. And it looks like the 98 is going to come up. The 98. Here we go. So what does that mean? That means the market is out of sync. Okay. That means some of the run-ups. We're looking for three things. One, in order for the market to get back in sync and us being interested short, we need to see 460 come up again. The market can run up to the 515 to the 25 and then fail again with a reversal, and that will set us up for a continuation short trade. If we break anywhere above 535, I'm looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. Anything other than those three scenarios, I'm basically going to be patiently waiting. I mean, there's opportunities on a scalping basis that could happen on the 20 NT Rinko chart right here, but I'm going to just basically be patient and wait for those three scenarios. One of them is going to happen, then I'm going to act toward that. So what are we seeing in both NQ and ES? They're dancing around Globex. I mean, that's just basically what it is. I'm waiting for, again, that 460 to come, or a run up to the 20 and a reversal, or a run up to 35 and the market will be by the dip. So waiting for one of those three scenarios to show up, then I have a action plan according to which one happens. If the market closed at 60, then rallies are shortable. If the market runs up to 520s and 25s, I'm not going to buy into it, but I'll wait for a reversal. And if it happens, I'll go short on run-ups. And if the market gets to 5 to 85, then I'm going to look for new harmony waves to go long. So that 60 showed up. So we're looking for a new harmony wave to show up, and I will start looking for opportunities to go short. As long as we continue to trade under that 500. Yeah, okay. I get it. I get it. I see what they're doing. Okay, so there's a continuation behavior here. Yeah, look at that. 50 to 55. So they're grinding it lower. The bottom end of this Globex band is 434. Which has happened to be target number 2, and that's the natural place for the market to kind of migrate to. And as long as that 497 and 98 holds, these rotations will have a target of target number 2 to migrate to. Typically, you'll see them, run above Globex, run under it, and just oscillate around it for a little bit, and that's what we're most likely going to experience. The same thing happening in ES. Actually, is more visible in ES than NQ. We're coming in to the middle of the range, pausing. Ultimately, you have to have an expansion below 40.18 or an expansion above 40.29 in order for us to start picking up momentum in this market. I mean, I'm seeing them kind of fading every time we get to Globex, and that's going to be a critical behavior for us, because if that continues to hold and that 85 holds, the next move is going to be lower toward the 12,400. So the environment is defined as short. We are looking for a behavior, and the behavior has to be a harmony wave short. If we find that, and then we are going to be looking for a signal that is easy for us to define the risk on. So we basically have one element out of three elements in which will define us, entering a trade. And we just simply are waiting for the harmony wave to show up. And where it shows up, I need an actual signal, like a switch trade, a captain setup, a trigger trade, something that I know, okay, I'm going to risk 10, 15 points for the potential of making, 20, 30 points. That's what I'm looking for. And right now we're not getting that. We're getting an environment, but we're not getting the behavior. Like the market switched to a long the swing trade on the long side right here. Okay. Well, that's inconsistent with what you're seeing on the 200 and the 100. So I wait. Most of the trading is actually waiting. I mean, it's a big deal actually if we break the 98. Just let you know that if we end up breaking the 98, that's a captain setup long on the 100 into Rinko if they manage to do that. I rather be short against Globex and against that 98 level. Yeah, we're not going nowhere so far right now, Adam. Yeah, if we get to the 498, then that will set the stage up for actually a run up to the 526 and the 550 if that happens, because now you're establishing a captain setup long, and those are very, very strong. So I'll give you an example. Captain setup short, retested, and market collapsed. Captain setup long, market retested. You see that? Market retested, and boom. Market short, captain setup short. That was good from 42 all the way down to 60. That's a 80-point move, and so on and so forth. So if we come in here and we end up closing at that 98, then that sets the stage for a run up to the middle of the range, which is 28 to the 50. but that has to happen first, right? And it is very, very important, if you are in any trades or you get into any trade, that you know your risk before you enter the trade. And you're not sitting there hoping that a trade works out and you're wide open to the market risk, because now you're in a stage of you gave control to the market over your financial well-being, and you don't have control. Not a good place to be. So keep that in mind as you make decisions in the market. I see that a lot from people. Hope is not a strategy. It's lack of control. So this is good. 98. That way the market is behaving right now. You got to get to that 98. If we get to 98, then I will look for a pullback as a buying opportunity, and I will look for uh, a new harmony wave as a place where I could place some of those trades on the long side, and that would be a fading behavior. So I'm looking for the 15 and the 30 levels as an area to get out. And the fact that we came and touched that, it's promising, but ultimately you have to get over the finish line here, which is 97. And we're trading in and around Globex and noisy. ES is expanding away from the Globex band and hit target number 3 in the sequence. It's actually is more, you see that switch trade right here. So we should be heading toward 34 right now. Here comes the 33. I mean, if we close the Globex at 85, I'm going to jump in with just one contract though. All right. Nope. That didn't happen. Yeah, they need to get up there. They need to get up to that 98. Otherwise, this thing is going to oscillate. Yeah. Okay, so they're fading it back into the Globex band. There we go. Yeah, so we expected it to get to 34. I mean, it got close, but that's not a momentum. That's not momentum. That's hitting target 3 and fading. So that's not a bullish behavior. I mean, this zone right here, here we go. So that has to hold. If that holds, we'll get back up to 31. So an entry here will have a risk of 26 and a run up to 31 from target number 2 to target number 3. Here we go. Not the clouds, the shadow trends. Okay, so the shadow trends is this background color. Okay, well, at 34. No, at 34. No, it's right now the market is in consolidation. So really, truly, unless we get to glow back to NQ at 498, I don't have any reason to go long, either in NQ or ES, and that means we have to get back to 4032 in ES. So this environment right now that we are in is a short bias, and it's stable right here in a consolidation around Globex. That's it's short bias with consolidation. So really no trades. Where I would be triggered to even contemplate an entry on the long side if we break 98, which is about 32 on ES. But that doesn't mean at that spot I would go long. I would look for a pullback and a signal to get involved. And we may get it, we may not. I have to wait. And if we go to 98 in NASDAQ, then I'm going to be thinking in the same terms because that's a captain setup long on that 100 NT Renko chart. So I'll be looking for a new harmony wave to get long on a scalping basis. Man, that's an expensive. Here we go, 497. So we got that one. We got that one. Man, I stepped away for just a minute. Yeah, the 498 was critical. That's the critical. Well, here you go, Gorham. Target number 2 is hit on that sequence. Captain set up long on the 100 NT Rinko at 97. Did anybody jump in on that one? Adam, Brad, Yanis, Ken, Mayor. You got 5 points on that one. Okay, good deal. All right, guys. So if we're coming to the top of the hour, we got 20 minutes left of the morning session right now. So if you, we made 2 decisions so far, trading. Let's take a quick look. Here we go. Let's take a look on the 2 decisions we made so far. I mean, there was a lot of opportunities for a lot of decisions, but we just took 2. And considering that this market is consolidative, that's not a bad thing. So we took two decisions, one long, one short, for 583. And those are the two decisions, two contracts a piece on those two decisions. And I intended to kind of keep it light coming into today, considering the behavior and the big, massive move that we had on Friday. Uh, I felt like the market in the morning is going to be consolidated more than trending. And pretty much that's exactly what we got. And in that type of environment, I want to be, I want to keep my stops very tight, and I want to keep my targets small as well, and just scalp and get out of the way. And till later on in the day when things will start to break away from the ranges. So one short, one long off of that. And right now, the market is back in sync on the short side. See, that captain setup is getting retested one more time. So that tells me that literally, if we get to 510 again, which it doesn't look like we're about to, if we do that, then that would be a captain setup switch trade long, and I'll get very heavy in that candle on the long side if we get there. The way the market is moving right now, and we break anywhere below 61, then that low of 50 and below it is a high probability event. Okay. And if you feel like the stream that we've done helped you in any way, and or uh, you want to support the channel, I mean, please subscribe, like, share, comment, hit the like button. And we also offer a 5-day free trial to the room that includes the Harmony trading system that you see right here in front of you. And it comes also with the educational material that explains some of the setups that we do, like the captain setups, the switch trades, the every aspect of this trading system. The answer to your question, Adam, is absolutely yes. That's an affirmative on that one. So Goran, how we're doing on that trade? That's an interesting one. That's an interesting behavior right here. They closed 97 again. Then I'll start looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. And that would be a fade. Just and it will be a small. I'll be looking for small targets in that one. So in ES, I mean, we have a wave short right here. So really, we need to break that 38. Then pullbacks become buyable. And as long as we have Harmony Cloud or Cloud and also a Harmony Wave. This is at least they're stabilizing the price. Here you go. No, Sheila, I'm not talking. There's nothing to talk about yet. We're we're talking. We're initially talking about the way Nasdaq is setting up right now. With the stop of 460, this market should go up to 530. ES is changing its personality, and once we get a cloud positive, we're going to be looking for entry points on the long side in that instrument. And we should be seeing a push coming up in this market. All right, so I would like to see a disconnect of the harmony wave and a reconnect of it, and that will get me in. The same thing in ES as well. I hope they provide us with that opportunity. How did you do, Gary? Any good today? Okay. Yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. Here you go. You're getting that punch. So it's 11 o'clock. That ends the morning session for me. Uh, I showed you this like 10 times already, but two decisions for 580 for 583 is how I'm going to finish the morning session today. And for the people who are on stream, you could go to YouTube and watch the prior sessions that we had and the flow of uh, our day. So these are day in, day out, what we've been doing for the past 72 uh, live streams that we had. So we're up 75 grand, 75,298 in 72 streams. And that does not include the $500 that we made or $600 that we made today. So you could come in here and go back to each one of them and see how the decisions were made, because each of these videos will have uh, a shortcut to watch. And you could come in here and click on the actual trade and go watch it and see the entry, the exit, and everything else. And that's it for me. Good work, everybody. And we will see you bright and early tomorrow. Yanis, stay in the room for our meeting.